I would like to give you quick tips on what to snack, because when we have a sugar cravings, we really we can eat food that satisfies as well as prevent from sugar cravings. So what are these? First thing is it's the chicken soup. I know there is a lot of social media. There is confusion about chicken broth and chickens and the broth and the stock. So I want to just make clarity that there is a different nutrients in the stock and in the bone broth and in a chicken stock like soup when you cook the meat with the bone with the skin. And so go for that because the bone broth is great, it's very nutritious, it's rich in minerals. But if you want to really have some more nutrients like these amino acids as a building blocks, we need to have the stock, where is as well we're cooking the meat, we're cooking the skin, we're cooking the little feet from the chicken. So it's super important. So this you can sip really all day long. Sometimes people have it as well for breakfast. And this is great because you can put some vegetables in it. So this is number one snack. Second snack is some vegetables, either cooked or raw. If you have once a week, you can prepare baked vegetables. You can throw there sweet potato, winter squash, all these vegetables that are possible to bake. These are all great options. And then you can just have it either reheated and have a side dish, or have it as a snack with hummus or with guacamole. Same goes with the raw vegetables. So I would go for carrot, for celery, for pepper, for cucumber. All these vegetables are great as a snack food. They're full of fiber, and as you know, you have to eat PFF, protein, fat, and fiber. And so always think of that is on your plate, even if you're snacking. And berries, they are great options, especially the low glycemic berries, such as strawberry, blueberry, raspberry, blackberry. Oh, they all are really good. You have to be careful if you are diabetic on insulin. Make sure that you are checking how much they are raising your sugar. But they are great especially if you're pre-diabetic, and they are really good because they are full of phytonutrients, all these polyphenols, and especially they have this color. So all these are great. On the other side, the high glycemic fruits are the pineapple, the mango. I would not suggest in this early stage to have these because they will really spike your sugar, the blood sugar. So protein, very important to have always protein, especially when we age. We need to have protein because it's a building block for our protein. It kicks off the protein synthesis, and we need the muscles because sarcopenia is a real problem with the elderly population. That's where when we can break the bones and just cannot stand up from the chair. So it's something that we have to think about it now, because it's even it's possible to gain the muscle mass back. It can be quite sometimes hard. So what are the protein sources? It's the egg, it's the meat, it's the yogurt or kefir, and lentils, and all these legumes and pumpkin seeds, all the nuts and seeds. And now nuts and seeds can be a great option as a snack as well. I always, when I really struggle to, I have nothing in the house, I always have this. I keep this in the freezer. It's basically a mix of all nuts and seeds. I can make like this as well, granola, but this is just to snack when we go somewhere for the car. This is a great option, but leave it in the freezer because it can go moldy first, and second, because I always soak everything that I eat. I soak, so all the nuts are soaked. I teach that this is not for the discussion here, but especially if you don't want to soak anything, soak please almonds, because almonds will just take minerals from your body if you eat it too much, and they will be too heavy to digest. So this is great. This saved me when I was doing my journey, when I was so addicted to sugar. This saved me. The macadamia nuts, and there are as well Brazil nuts, which are great for selenium. And so, yeah, this is a great option. You can have it in work, but just don't overindulge in this, because you can really feel just heavy in your stomach. Healthy fats like avocado, flax seeds, and nuts and seeds. Of course, they are full of fat. It's good to have as well. And fiber in vegetables. It's important always when you have, even if you have the bagel, have some fiber, some vegetables with it. Either if it's a tomato, cucumber, just always think what I can add to this if you really need to have a piece of bread or even pasta. And of course, water, if you need to be hydrated, is number one. So many people can really reduce the cravings when they drink water during the day, and basically you prevent the cravings. And use spices. I talked about spices yesterday, but cinnamon is great, nutmeg, even cacao, the raw cacao, the unsweetened. It's not the the Swiss Miss, or how you call it. I don't mean this one. I mean really pure cacao. And great snack is yogurt with nuts and seeds. This is really, I see so many people they have especially difficulties at the evening when the husband is snacking, the kids are snacking, they having the chips, and then they ended up having as well, and instead they prepare for themselves yogurt with this, even the nuts like this, or they make some granola, and then some berries, and this is fantastic. If you're really going from super sweet life to this version of eating, maybe it will be still sour. It's just question of time when you will actually love the taste of it. Days. And if it's still sour for you, you can put 1 teaspoon of maple syrup. It's fine. It's only that you eat whole food, because that's what we need. So that was the snacks. I hope it makes sense. Anything that you really can, like produce wise, buy, must have PFF, always protein, fat, and fiber. So even if you're thinking snack, not only meals. Another thing I want to emphasize, that why we should not drink orange juice. I thought it was healthy, someone said. Yes, so orange juice, why we don't want to drink orange juice? Because orange juice has no fiber, but it has a lot of sugar, especially fructose. Fructose goes straight to the liver, and really causing this influx of such a dramatic sudden influx of fructose, really damaging the liver. We see as the first time in a human history, we have fatty liver from sugar, really, not from alcohol, which was unheard of before. Before some years ago, we had fatty liver only from alcohol. Now we have it. Many people are, I think, undiagnosed, as we know from studies. A lot of people suffer from fatty liver, so it's something that we don't want to drink orange juice. It's much better to have just peeled orange as a fruit, because it has sugar as well, but it also contains fiber, and that breaks down the sugar a lot slower than orange juice and causes less of sugar spike. So that's why it's much better to have fruit. Same with apple juice. Don't fall for apple juice, go for apple. And any of these smoothies, they fill with sugar. I mean, if I'm so upset always, because I see people make effort to drink these green juices, but look at the bottle. Sometimes there's even 30 grams of sugar. So this is something that we don't want. And then I don't want to go. And then another story is cavities. Of course, if your child is drinking orange juice all the time, all this apple juice, there is a high risk that he can develop cavities, because it can drop the oral environment to acidic pH level, less than 5.5, just within 30 minutes of consumption. So, and this allows the bacteria to demineralize the teeth surfaces, and you don't want that. So I don't give kids juices because I don't want them to have cavities. As well, of course, the microbiome in the mouth as well determined how much prone you will have for cavities, but definitely the juice doesn't help. And last thing that you asked me was, what is 3W? So I was talking about it in my session 1 of the Unlock of Sugar Solution Masterclass. And 3W is the method that I kind of develop for people to really find out the emotional eating triggers. So to be able to stop the emotional eating, you have to figure out your 3W. And that means what, when, and why. So ask yourself, uh, what, when, and why do you need comfort food and or any snacks? Does it calm you down or cheer you up or compensate you for a tough day? Or maybe it's some kind of combination. So it's important to recognize that these patterns really it's important to recognize it, because then we can easier to resist giving in. So it's important to find out, and always this is a journey, you always discover something new about yourself. So it's important to have the journal. If you don't have a journal, text me, send me DM, or put it in a comment and I will give you the journal. This journal I was developing for years, because with my patients, because I really want that there is everything and you really know every detail what you need to improve, because there will be some you have some strengths, and as well you will have some weaknesses. So maybe your strength will be that you are really well when everybody in family snack, and just you can manage. But then your weakness will be if you go around that coffee shop and you want to buy the coffee, you buy as well the zucchini bread. That was me. And so we have to write down everything you eat and drink in a journal, and really get into a habit of doing this. And this is one of the most effective techniques for raising your awareness of not just what you are eating, but when and why you're eating. And then I'm talking about blast technique, which is basically you ask yourself this BLAST, blast. So are you eating because you're bored? Are you eating because you are lonely? Are you eating because you are anxious? Are you eating because you are stressed or tired? This is, if you ask yourself all these questions, you find the answer. Or if it's just habit, or maybe it's just your biology is calling because you are on this sugar roller coaster. But I'm talking about all of these aspects. So I hope this was helpful. I hope I answered the questions that you asked me. If you have any more questions, please let me know, and I will see you later today.